Hi everybody, thanks for inviting us to come to speak to you today. So my name is Rhian Jacob Barclay. I am a Senior Portfolio Manager within the Digital Security and Resilience team at the Engineering and Physical Science Research Council. My main responsibility is looking after digital twinning and investments into digital twinning. Sorry, let me just get to the slide. Oh, there you go. Great, my slides. So today I'm going to talk about three different things. I'm going to speak about UKRI, so UK Research and Innovation, and the context for our latest round of digital twinning research investments. So as you can see from the slide, EPSRC sits within UKRI, and we are sponsored by the Department for Science, Innovation and Technology. I'm then going to move on and to speak about what we mean by digital twinning and to highlight some of the investments that we have already made in digital twinning, before moving on and speaking about our latest investments in digital twinning. So mentioning those who will deliver investments for EPSRC and UKRI. So UKRI is the UK's largest funder of research and innovation, and it's made up of 9 parts. We have 7 research councils, of which EPSRC is one of them. We also have Research England and Innovate UK. So Innovate UK is the UK's innovation agency. And we work really closely with Innovate UK, but I know that they have a parallel session as well, so I will let them to discuss their priorities and their aims. So in UKRI, we're able to draw on all the expertise of the UK's world-leading academic base across disciplines and from foundational research through applied research and translation and commercialisation. So UKRI's mission is to convene, catalyse and invest in close collaboration with others to build a thriving, inclusive research and innovation system that connects discovery to prosperity and public good. So whilst we are the funder of research, we also spend a great deal of our time developing our strategies, working with others and bringing people together through our investments to deliver on our behalf. UKRI has not sure if there's a problem with the clicker. Oh, there you go, great. So UKRI has a 5-year strategy, and the 5 objectives can be seen on this slide. So we have people and careers, places, ideas, innovation and impacts. And we also have a horizontal focus as well, which is supporting all of these things with a world-class organisation in making UKRI the most efficient and effective and agile organisation it can be. And this is how EPSRC is playing our part to do with people, places, ideas, innovation and impacts. And as you can see under impacts, we have mission-inspired research with 4 priorities: engineering and net zero, AI digitalisation and data, driving value and security, which is where digital twinning sits under, and also transforming health and healthcare and quantum technologies. When we think about the UKRI policy level, we look to 3 documents. So we have the Integrated Review of Security, Defence, Development and Foreign Policy. So this has at its heart an increased commitment to security and resilience, and includes a requirement for UK national capability to improve our ability to anticipate and respond to crisis. We also have the National Cybersecurity. So this includes the aim to ensure that UK remains confident, capable and resilient in this fast-moving digital world. And thirdly, we have the Cyber Physical Infrastructure Consultation Response, in which it was highlighted that we have an opportunity to pursue a resilient, responsible and innovation-enabling cybersecurity infrastructure where industry, academia and central government and the wider public sector work together to build a sustainable ecosystem. And of course, this work links to and is highlighted in the Gemini Principles of Trustworthiness. So our work aligns with the 3 Gemini Principles also. So what do we mean by a digital twin? So working closely with relevant policy leads in UK government and colleagues across UKRI, we've taken independent advice from experts in industry and academia. So we recognise that there are three different models that we can use. The first one is the digital model, which is a digital representation of a physical item or system. Then we have digital shadows, where there's a one-way flow of data. And then we have digital twins, which is having the two-way flow of data between the digital object and the physical object. All of these will provide value, and it won't always be necessary to use a digital twin. Digital models, shadows and twins might all be considered to be part of the approach of digital twinning. And this also links to the Gemini principle of understanding the purpose of using digital twins, so not just using it for the sake of it. As the national capability in digital twinning increases, it's likely that some digital twins will need to operate in real time, potentially with the use of artificial intelligence or machine learning, or with a level of autonomous capability. And we need to be clear of how people will be involved in these systems also. Digital twins may need to be federated whilst understanding how, why and with what risks. And some digital twins will need to operate in high fidelity. So whilst understanding the difficulties, costs and potentially also the carbon footprint involved. So introducing one or more of these aspects brings complexity, and research will be needed if we are to build confidence in their operation. And this links to the Gemini principle of that the digital twins need to function effectively. We've also identified three areas requiring thought leadership, and these are ethics and human interaction. It is security and resilience and environmental sustainability. In EPSRC, we've recently made research investments in digital twinning. So a few of these are on the screen. So we have research investments in digital twinning for digital roads, air traffic control, nuclear energy, medicines manufacturing. And we also have an investment in digital twinning for improved dynamic design. Our colleagues in NERC, so the National Environment Research Council, which is part of UKRI, they've invested in three feasibility studies, as well as the development of information management framework for an environmental digital twin. These are now working on wider plans to develop the digital twinning capability for the natural environment. So you can see how digital twinning can be a priority within the research councils. The UKRI has recently provided further funding in the, sorry, let me just get to the right slide. Oh, sorry, skipping ahead a little bit. So UKRI has recently provided further funding for the Data and Analytics Faculty for National Infrastructure, which is the Daphne programme. The platform allows researchers to use state-of-the-art modelling, simulation and visualisation, developing UK capability to explore the impact of infrastructure engineering. So it includes sponsoring a programme of research to build a community exploring how to model resistance, response and recovery from shocks. Innovate UK has also invested in several projects building on digital twinning capability of the UK's Catapult network. So for the third part of my presentation, I'm just going to talk briefly about our emerging investments. So we are going to be focusing on 4 emerging investments. So we're going to be investing in core foundational academic research that will be needed for the benefit of multiple applications and programmes. And we have 3 significant investments that I'm going to introduce. So we're investing a new 5-year community building initiative for digital twinning to bring together academic expertise across the many disciplines supported by UKRI. So I can confirm today that the investment will be delivered for UKRI, so EPSRC on behalf of UKRI, by a consortium led by Professor David Wagg from the Alan Turing Institute. So as part of this, they will also deliver thought leadership in digital twinning on ethics and human interaction, security and resilience, and environmental sustainability, as I said previously. Having worked with the Department for Transport and its Transport Research Innovation Board, EPSRC intends to make large-scale investment in applied research in digital twinning for decarbonising and improving the integration of transport systems in the UK. This was mentioned earlier. by the Minister. And we held a competitive process, and we have selected Professor Philip Greening from Heriot-Watt University as our leader and Professor David Flynn from the University of Glasgow as our co-leader. And they will develop a proposal that they will submit to EPSRC, and if successful, they will be awarded up to £20 million of funding. And this was the transit investment that the Minister mentioned earlier on. And this has literally just started this month also. We are also making a series of investments in research and digital twinning to improve the operation, security and resilience of energy grids. So the first of this is our investment in Ensign, which, I don't know. So Ensign is just a collaboration between Scottish Power Energy Networks and the University of Strathclyde with a consortium of universities. The project will create a digital twin of future multi-vector energy networks and will assist the drive to meet the UK's 2050 net zero emissions objectives. The academic leadership is provided by Professor Campbell Booth for that one. So to recap, I'm just going to leave it on that slide. So to recap, I've tried to give you an overview of UK research and innovation and the context for our latest round of digital twinning research investments. I've tried to give a bit of an overview about what we mean about digital twinning, and I've highlighted some of the investments that are already in place, whilst also providing an overview of our latest series of investments. And aims of these investments include building the academic research community across disciplines and also delivering thought leadership, providing fundamental research needed for the benefit of multiple applications and programmes, providing applied research and digital twinning for decarbonising transport, so that's the transit investment, research and digital twinning to improve the operation, security and resilience of energy grids. And then we also have the Daphne programme, which will allow researchers to use state-of-the-art modelling, simulation and visualisation to complete their work. So returning to the UKRI mission, and what we are trying to do is to conceive, catalyse and invest in digital twinning in close collaboration with others. We're working with government, industry and academia. And we are stimulating innovation through R&D funding and playing our part in the development of national capability. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.
Well, thank you, Rhiann. I think we have 2 minutes for questions. So if anybody has any questions, you can... Here, I'm going to switch you. You can use the QR code to find Slido, or if you have a question in the room, just raise your hand. Here, I'll switch you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, everyone. I work with Rhiann in EPSRC. I just want to say that all of the projects that Rhiann mentioned, they require academic and industrial engagement. And I believe all of the PIs mentioned are actually leads of the projects are here as well. So that they're here. And David Bragg, I believe I've seen him as well.
Yep, David is here.
Do watch out and do go and talk to them. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to have to ask, does anybody in the room have a question? Come on, there we go. How about you, sir?
Hi, I'm Roger Gardner. I'm running a thing called the UK Aerospace Research Consortium. And as we move forward, we're going increasingly digital world, both in terms of design and how you actually optimize that using digital twinning techniques, but also at the global level in terms of connecting airlines and airports and air traffic service providers and energy providers. So I've got a few case studies which I could easily pull out and define that maybe, sorry, do I start again?
No.
Okay. So I've got some case studies that would actually hopefully be of interest to EPSRC that could actually bring together communities of interest to actually define case studies where you could actually apply some of the tools and capabilities you're developing through academia. Are those sort of case studies of interest?
Yeah, I think those case studies are really helpful for us because we can use them as evidence to garner more funding as well. So if there's something that we can work collaboratively with you, even though we haven't funded you, we have case studies of things happening in the area, that would definitely be something that's helpful for us. So I can catch up with you later and get your contact details, and we can liaise. But no, things like that are definitely help strengthen our case for more funding in these areas.
Great. Thanks, Rick.
Great. So we have one question online. Can you share the links to any of the upcoming funding calls by EPSRC?
Yeah, so all of the live calls can be found on our funding finder. So if you go to the UKRI homepage, you can go to the funding finder from there. And we have a series of upcoming funding calls. I think we have 4 funding calls coming up over the next sort of 6 months. So that's something to keep your eyes open for. But yeah, they're all easily available, and we can share the details as well.